everyone, and welcome to our QuickBooks Enterprise demonstration. My name is Rayanne Salter with Minding My Books. I've been working with QuickBooks software for over 20 years. I've helped over hundreds of businesses implement QuickBooks Enterprise. I specialize in finding out what specific needs you require for your business and if QuickBooks Enterprise is a good fit. If it is a good fit, we then work with you, your staff, and accountant during the implementation process. Also, since I'm an Intuit reseller, I'm able to save you more money than if you purchase directly from Intuit's telesales or online through their website. Here's what we would like to cover with you today. First, we'll navigate through QuickBooks Enterprise, work with List, explain what advanced pricing can do for you, work with Inventory and Advanced Inventory, discuss the reporting options, go through the features of QuickBooks Enterprise, and available add-ons that work specifically with your software. What you're looking at now is a QuickBooks home screen. The home screen is divided into logical sections. You have the vendor section for accounts payables activities. There's a customer section for accounts receivable activities. There's the employee section for time and payroll functions. There's a company section where you'll find your items, services, and chart of accounts. Then the banking section where you'll write checks, enter credit card charges, and reconcile your accounts. We're going to start by taking a look at some of the features that allow you to track more detail about your business. So we'll start with the items list. The items list is where you'll record your items and services. Those will include service items, inventory parts, if you need to track a quantity, inventory assemblies if you do manufacturing. There are non-inventory parts if you don't need to track inventory and quantity. Then we have other charge items. You can subtotal items, you can create group items that are similar to kits. You can have discount items and payment items if you charge sales tax. You have sales tax items and sales tax groups. So all of those belong on your items list. Keep in mind that QuickBooks Pro and Premier, your items list is limited to 14,500 total items, whereas in QuickBooks Enterprise, we've increased that to 1 million items. Earlier, I mentioned custom fields. In QuickBooks Enterprise, you can create custom fields that greater define your items. In Pro and Premier versions, you are limited to 5 custom fields. In QuickBooks Enterprise, we've increased that to 15 custom fields. And in QuickBooks Enterprise, we allow you to dictate what sort of information can go into that field. So you can choose a particular date format, and you can also create a multiple choice list. And we also give you the ability to require the use of custom fields on transactions or when you create a new item list. Now let's go to the home screen. Next, we'll talk about the names list. The names list includes the customer jobs list that you see here. There is also a vendors list, an employees list, and another names list. And in our Pro and Premier software, that names list is limited to 14,500 total names. And again, in our QuickBooks Enterprise, we've increased that to 1 million. You can also create custom fields for names. And in our Pro and Premier software, you are allowed to create a maximum of 15 total custom fields for names, but you can only have a maximum of 7 for any one name type. So a maximum of 7 for customers, as an example, but 15 total between customers, vendors, and employees. In QuickBooks Enterprise, we've increased that to 30 total custom fields with a maximum of 12 for any one name type. Again, we've given you the ability to dictate what sort of information can go into those custom fields, including the ability to create that multiple choice list. And again, we've given you the ability to require the use on transactions and lists. Next is our chart of accounts. In the Pro and Premier software, the chart of accounts is limited to 10,000 accounts. In QuickBooks Enterprise, we've increased that to 100,000. Now let's go back to our home screen. Next is the class list. Classes allow you to see the profitability by any significant portion of your business. Then you can run a profit and loss by class, or you can even run a balance sheet by class. In our QuickBooks Pro and Premier software, you are limited to 10,000 classes. In QuickBooks Enterprise, we've increased that to 100,000 classes. Now let's go back to our home screen. QuickBooks Enterprise also allows you to assign a default class. You can assign a default class to either accounts, items, or names. Let's go back to the home screen. Next, in list is a fixed assets items list. The fixed assets items list in QuickBooks allows you to record your fixed assets. QuickBooks Enterprise also includes a fixed asset manager. The fixed asset manager allows you to easily report on the depreciation of your fixed assets, and with just a couple of clicks, you can then post those journal entries right into QuickBooks Enterprise. Let's go back to the home screen. Next in list is a price level list. Price levels allow you to create custom pricing. There are two different types of price levels. There is a fixed percentage, which allows you to mark all of your items up or down by a percentage amount. And then you have per item pricing. Per item prices allow you to create custom pricing for individual items. In our Pro level software, only fixed price levels are available. Per item prices are available in Premier, and in both Pro and Premier are limited to 100 price levels. In QuickBooks Enterprise, we've increased it to 750. Next, we'll talk about advanced pricing. Advanced pricing is included in the Platinum subscription of QuickBooks Enterprise. To enable it, we'll go to Edit, Preferences, Sales and Customers, Company Preferences, and we'll mark Enable Advanced Pricing. Click OK to go back to the home screen. After it's been enabled, we can go to List and choose the price rule list. QuickBooks has converted all of our price levels to price rules. Price rules allow you to set custom pricing based on a multiple number of criteria. You can set criteria based on items, customers, class, or sales rep. You can create a start date and an end date. And you can set the price to be either a percent or amount, lower or higher than your base cost. There is a separate video that will go into more of a detailed demonstration of the advanced pricing feature. Next, we'll talk about some form customization options that are built into QuickBooks Enterprise. We'll take a look at an invoice. The same customization options are available on purchase orders, estimates, and sales orders. In QuickBooks Enterprise, we give you the ability to sort by any field on the invoice. So if I wanted to search by description, then I could sort it by that field. As it says here, once you've sorted, that sorting cannot be undone. You can search any field on the invoice that's most helpful for very long invoices. We include the ability to customize your forms in QuickBooks. This allows you to customize the look and feel for your form in QuickBooks. And in QuickBooks Enterprise, we give you the ability to include costs on the screen of your forms. And with advanced pricing, you can include the base price of items on your forms. We give the options to show only the total on the last page for longer invoices. And you can print page numbers on forms that are longer than 2 pages. When printing your invoices and other forms, you can shade lines between items to make them easier to see. To fill out forms, we include the Find and Select feature in QuickBooks Enterprise. This makes it easier to search items using any field, and then you can easily add those fields right into your form. The new search capability allows you to start typing an item, and then QuickBooks will find that item for you. Next, we'll talk about more items that will allow you to track more detail about your inventory. Let's start with the Inventory Center. The Inventory Center is where you'll see all of your items in QuickBooks. In the Inventory Center, you can easily see your markup and margin for items. You can also include an image of the item. Next, in inventory, we've improved a preference that allows you to disallow negative quantities in inventory. When you choose this preference, you cannot sell inventory into the negative. Next is the automatic price markup feature. This is a feature where when you're entering a bill for new items and your cost on that item increases, QuickBooks will ask if you want to update the item record with the new cost. If you answer yes to that, it will suggest your sales price based upon your existing markup and margin. Now let's go back to the home screen. Next, we'll talk about some manufacturing features that are improved in QuickBooks Enterprise. When building an assembly, QuickBooks Enterprise will allow you to change your components on the fly. So if you're out of a particular item, you can make your substitution right here on the build screen. You can also change your quantity needed. This will help you account for waste. QuickBooks Enterprise allows you to customize this build screen, much like you can customize other forms in QuickBooks, like your invoice, estimate, and purchase order. Will allow you to print this build screen if you need to build it for some shop floor traveler, if your assembly includes other assemblies. QuickBooks will allow you to automatically build those required sub-assemblies all in one step. You can also print a shortage report. If you attempt to build more assemblies than the raw material you have on hand will allow you can print a shortage report. This shortage report will show you all of the items that are short and then allow you to automatically create purchase orders from that assembly. Now let's go ahead and go back to the home screen. The ability to create automatic purchase orders you'll also find on inventory reports, like an inventory stock status by item report. From this report, any item that is flagged to reorder, when you click the Create Auto PO button, it will put those items on your report. It will also create one purchase order per vendor. The last thing we'll talk about in inventory is the Advanced Inventory feature. Advanced Inventory is included in the Platinum subscription. Advanced Inventory includes 4 things. It includes the ability to track inventory in multiple inventory locations. It also includes the ability to track inventory in different bin locations inside of your warehouses. It gives you the ability to track either serial numbers or lot numbers within QuickBooks. It will give you the ability to use FIFO costing versus the standard average cost that is included in QuickBooks. It will give you the ability to use barcode scanning to place items on forms and to receive items into your warehouse. This is a separate video for advanced inventory that will give you a detailed demonstration. Just ask me and I'll send you the video. Now we'll go back to the home screen. Next, we'll talk about some reporting capabilities that are unique to QuickBooks Enterprise. We'll start with the ability to combine reports for multiple company files. The first thing we'll do is to add additional files to this feature. Once we've added those files, we can choose our date range. We can choose our report basis, and we can choose which reports we would like to combine. Then we'll click on the Combine Reports in Excel button. This shows our combined report. What you're looking at here is a balance sheet standard. All of your accounts are listed on the left-hand side. Each company file has its own column. The total shows in the last column. Where accounts match for both name and number, you will have accounts included on that same line. So again, this is our balance sheet standard. Here's our balance sheet summary. There's a profit and loss standard. There's a statement of cash flows. There's a trial balance. And you can also run a sales by customer summary and a profit and loss by class. Let's go to the home screen. Next in reporting is an ODBC in reporting that we include in QuickBooks Enterprise. ODBC stands for Open Database Connectivity. It was a standard that was developed by Microsoft. It will allow you to run custom reports using outside applications like Microsoft Access, Excel, or even Crystal Reports to build custom reports using your QuickBooks data. The ODBC interface is included when you purchase QuickBooks Enterprise. We also include the Intuit Statement Writer. The Statement Writer allows you to prepare professional financial reports quickly and easily. The Statement Writer allows you to start with balance sheet reports, income statements, cash flow statements, budget reports, retained earnings statements. You can also create cover letters, audit reports, and compilation reports. With the Statement Writer, you can customize reports one time and then use them again and again. You can also export them from one company file and use them in another company file. There are also two job costing reports that are unique to QuickBooks Enterprise. The first report is the Job WIP Summary Report. This report takes a look at your estimated cost, your estimated revenue, shows you how complete you are with that job, and then allows you to compare your earned revenue to your actual revenue to make sure that you're invoicing enough for your job. There is also a Committed Cost by Job report. The Committed Cost by Job report contains two unique things that aren't found on any other costing report. The first is the Committed Cost column. This includes items that are included on purchase orders or items, receipts that aren't already a part of job costing. It also includes an unpaid wages column, Time in QuickBooks is not a cost until you pay that employee. This includes time that is not yet included on a paycheck. Once you pay the employee, that will move over into the actual cost column. The last thing we'll talk about in reporting is the new advanced reporting feature. Advanced reporting puts the information you need at your fingertips. It helps you find the right report fast, with templates bundled for manufacturing, wholesale, contractors, and retail. You can save time with the templates that are auto-filled with your company data. You can find the reporting answers when you need them with the robust help portal. Using advanced reporting, our most powerful reporting tool, has never been easier. There is a separate video for advanced reporting. Just ask me for a copy of the video. Now we'll go back to our home screen. Next, we'll talk about some features that will allow you to access QuickBooks Enterprise the way that you want. As I mentioned before, QuickBooks Enterprise will allow you to scale from 1 to 30 simultaneous users. It will allow you to work in 2 company files at the same time. To access this feature, we'll go to File at the top of the screen and we'll go to Open Second Company. This will allow you to choose the second company file you wish to open. And now you're in your second company file. Both company files will show up on your taskbar, and you can easily toggle between each company file. Your main company file will say Primary at the top of the screen, and your second company file will say Secondary. A lot of my clients even change the color scheme so they can easily see the difference between each company file. QuickBooks Enterprise with hosting is an additional feature for clients. QuickBooks Desktop Enterprise with hosting offers protected, anytime, anywhere, and on any device access to your data. With hosting, no matter where you are, or if you're using a Mac, PC, or tablet, you can access your data. Let me know if you want more information and pricing added to your quote for enterprise hosting service. Please let me know. We also include a QuickBooks Chat feature. This allows you to chat with coworkers that are logged into the company file. It also allows the administrator to close users out of the company file. This would make it easy for a user who had to complete an activity that required single user access. Next, we'll talk about the expanded user control and security features that are built into QuickBooks Enterprise. We'll start with the user permissions. But first, I'm going to show you the user permissions that are built in Pro and Premier software. User permissions in our Pro and Premier software are divided into 8 broad categories. If you give someone access to one of these categories in our Pro and Premier software, that user would be able to do absolutely everything in that particular category. If we're going to give someone access to sales and receivables, they would be able to see your sales, invoices, sales receipts. They could create estimates. They would be able to perform progress billing. They can receive deposits and customer payments. They would be able to enter returns. All of these things are included in this one category in Pro and Premier. In QuickBooks Enterprise, we get very specific with user permissions. First, we include a role list. There are 15 predefined roles. There's even a view-only role. So if you wanted to give somebody the ability to look at everything but change nothing, the view-only role would accomplish that. We allow you to delete roles. You can duplicate them. you can modify them, and you can create brand new roles from scratch. This is where you'll find the 115 different permission choices that are available within QuickBooks Enterprise. Let's take a look at the Customers and Receivables role, which is similar to the Sales and Receivables role that we looked at for Pro and Premier. You can see that you can get very specific with user permissions. If you wanted to give someone the ability to create a sales order but not create invoices, you can do that in QuickBooks Enterprise. Inside the permission, you can give the ability to say view and create but not modify or delete. You can get very specific with permissions in QuickBooks Enterprise. We also give you an easy way to view user permissions. You can do this by user or by role. In a really easy to read report form, you can go through and audit your user permissions to make sure you haven't given someone more access to the program than you want them to have. QuickBooks allows you to lock down portions of your data by entering a closing date. You can go in and choose any date of your choice. Enter a closing date password, and then no user, unless you provide them with the password, would be able to make any change that falls on or before the date of your choice. You would be able to see any changes that are made before that closing date by viewing the closing date exception report. There's also an always-on audit trail, and there's an audit trail report. This audit trail report is going to show you every transaction that was entered, modified, and deleted, who did it, and when they did it. Again, the audit trail is always turned on and cannot be turned off. The last thing we'll talk about is some things that come with your purchase of QuickBooks Enterprise subscription. In addition to US-based technical support and the latest edition of QuickBooks, we also include an online backup service. With the online backup service, you can set up automatic daily backups. You have 100 gigabytes of backup space, and your data is secure with bank level security. This integrates seamlessly with QuickBooks Enterprise, and after you purchase, it's easy to activate your Data Protect. For those of you who need to do EDI, Intuit has partnered with TrueCommerce. EDI can automate your sales and purchase order processing. It can improve your productivity, reduce your errors, and streamline your order-to-cash cycle. Major retailers, manufacturing, and wholesalers almost universally mandate their suppliers to use EDI. We've partnered with TrueCommerce, and Intuit includes the TrueCommerce EDI software along with one trading partner at no charge with your QuickBooks Enterprise subscription. For more information about EDI, contact me at 231-670-4156, and I can get you introduced to a TrueCommerce representative. For those of you who are in the field service industry, we have Intuit Field Service Management. Intuit Field Service Management gives you real-time updates from the field, efficient job scheduling, and on-the-spot invoicing. With Field Service Management, you can send wireless work orders to your field service technicians. They can then accept payment in the field and send invoices right back to QuickBooks Enterprise. With the purchase of Enterprise Solutions, one free user of Intuit Field Service Management is included. That is $420 per year value. That concludes our demonstration. We offer a complimentary consultation and the best discount pricing available for your business. And remember, we meet or beat pricing than if you purchase direct through Intuit online or telesales. Also, if you're currently using QuickBooks Enterprise, we can run a cost comparison to see if we can get better pricing than what you're currently paying. Please call me at 877-757-8223 or email me at rayanne.salter@mindingmybooks.com. Thank you for taking the time to watch this demo today.